Earthquakes are unpredictable and can strike with enough force to bring buildings down.
What just happened?
Imagine the ground starts to quiver, the glasses rattle, soon walls and everything surrounds you begin to collapse. Today in ASE News, we will go back using the Wheel of Time to broadcast a frightening event that happened in Yemen.
Stay with us to imagine what happened and to learn more about earthquake.
This is Abdullah Soufan.
And this is Ahmed Al-Naqatina.
The 1982 North Yemen earthquake was a magnitude 6.0 earthquake that hit near the city of Dammar, North Yemen, on the 13th of December 1982.
The event was a first in several classification. It was the first located earthquake in Southern Arabian Peninsula since 1959 and the first shock that resulted in fatalities since 1941. The earthquake was also the first in the area to be detected teleseismically.
The National Earthquake Information Center reported that 2,800 lives were lost and that another 1,500 were injured. In all, nearly 300 villages were severely damaged or destroyed, and about 700,000 were made homeless. The earthquake was felt in North Yemen and much of South Yemen as well as into Saudi Arabia.
What is an earthquake?
Earthquakes are caused by the release of energy that generate waves which travel in all directions, causing the shaking of the Earth's surface.
Earth is not just one place. It is made up of a jigsaw puzzle of around 19 to 20 pieces, which are called tectonic plates.
These plates are placed on a hot, partially molten layer of Earth's mantle. This is the reason why these pieces are continuously moving. They are moving as you are watching this video.
These plates move around 1 to 10 centimeters each year, but don't worry, not all these movements can be felt by us. Sometimes these movements are extremely strong or may destroy the entire city. This is called an earthquake.
The earthquakes occur in the lithosphere region of the Earth. An earthquake generates under the Earth and this releases the energy across. The point at which the earthquake occurs under the Earth is called hypocenter, and the exact place above it at the surface of the Earth is called epicenter.
The most terrifying earthquake recorded till date was of a magnitude of 9.5 out of 10. This happened in Valdivia in southern Chile in 1960.
There are a lot of information about earthquakes. They have different types, different magnitudes, and there are devices to measure them. But we don't want this episode to be long and boring. So we've just opened the door for you to start researching about this topic if you were interested.
Hold your mobiles and start saving the net about these details to expand your knowledge.
Remember, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Bye.
Analytical chemistry.
Analytical chemistry is a practical-based topic.
Analysis means to study or examine something carefully in a methodical way.
In chemistry, analysis is a systematic procedure which helps us to 1. Identify or detect the presence of elements in an organic compound or in ionic compound, and this is called quantitative analysis.
2. Determine quantity like the measurement of mass and volume of substances, percentage in mixture or in compound. This is one is called quantitative analysis.
Today we'll talk about quantitative analysis, and to carry out quantitative analysis we have to do chemical tests.
For doing chemical tests we need reagents.
Reagents are chemical substances which will react with other substances to form products with visible changes.
The reagent we are using today is sodium hydroxide to detect cations, positively charged ions,
and silver nitrate to analyze the presence of some anions which are negatively charged ions in salts.
And now let's get started. First, let us prepare the solution of some salt to detect cations.
materials being analyzed are ferric salt and cupric salt.
And we will use the sodium hydroxide reagents.
We will add sodium hydroxide to ferric salt. And this precipitate is ferric hydroxide.
Now we will add the reagent to the cupric salt. The reagent is bluish white, that is cupric hydroxide.
Now let's start demonstrating the detection of some anions. We will add silver nitrate to all of them. Now, after adding silver nitrate to all of them and the precipitants were formed to detect the presence of some anions.
Always analytical tests and more will help you to confirm their presence.
So, if you want to investigate the presence of some anions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher to analyze its presence and awaken the scientific curiosity in you.
Firstly, I'll start talking about speed. It is defined as rate of change of distance.
Whenever you see the word rate, it means divided by time.
So, the formula of speed is speed equals distance by time. Let us explain this while moving.
To know the instantaneous speed of the car, there is a speedometer. In this car, there are two things that look like a speedometer. This one is not the speedometer, it's the tachometer. It's used to measure the rotation speed of the shaft in the car. This one is the speedometer. As you can see, the unit is kilometers per hour. Now to calculate the average speed, it's total distance divided by total time.
Now, let us talk about velocity. Velocity is speed with direction. For example, if my speed at this moment is 20 km per hour and my direction is to the north, so the instantaneous velocity it is equal 20 km north. To calculate the average velocity, it is equal total displacement by total time.
And it's easy to remember. S for speed in scalar, and V for velocity in vector.
Let us talk about uniform and non-uniform motion. A car is said to have uniform motion when it travels equal distance in equal intervals of a time in a straight line. So the car it is moving in a uniform motion because the speed is constant and the direction is the same. So we know that velocity is speed with direction. So the car it is moving in constant velocity.
Non-uniform motion is exactly the opposite of uniform motion. So does this mean unequal distances and unequal intervals of time? Hold on, that will be really confusing. So the time intervals should be kept the same.
So non-uniform motion means when the car travels an equal distance in equal intervals of a time. Let's illustrate this. Let's say that my car is traveling 2 meters in a second, then 3 meters in a second, then 1 meter in a third second.
Notice that the distance traveled in each second here is unequal. So the speed is changing or inconstant.
So when you are traveling, do you move with uniform motion or non-uniform motion? That's right.
Because the speed of the car keeps changing. When the car stopped, the car is zero. And when on empty road, the car speed increases. And when in busy traffic, the car's speed decreases.
Now we are done with the concepts. I am ready to answer the following questions on this topic. 1. Give the two differences between velocity and speed. 2. What does the speedometer of the vehicle measure? This was our last episode.
I hope you have enjoyed all of them. Goodbye.
Earthquakes are unpredictable and can strike with enough force to bring buildings down.
What just happened?
No,
الضبي يتكركر 24 ساعة.
at equal distance in equal intervals of a time in a straight line. So the
أنا analytical.
أنا
analytical.
أنا لايك.
أيوه